our bodies is like a car. I value freedom and I also value health and wellness. And that is why I compare my body to a vehicle, right? Because my car takes me from point A to point B. And I know in order for my car to always be reliable, to function and operate the way it needs to be, I need to be mindful of the maintenances. For example, I need to make sure that my car has gas in it in order for me to drive the car. I need to be mindful that the car has a battery life. So I have to be aware when that's going to end or to keep checking it when it's getting low so I can change it so it doesn't just shut off on me randomly. And I also have to make sure that I do regular oil changes. I have to make sure that I change my air filters, and I have to make sure that the headlights, signal lights, those battery has to be changed. So because I have to be mindful of all these upkeeps of my car so my car can function properly, it's the same thing with my body, my physical body. Because I need my physical body to get me to for from point A to point B, I need to make sure that it is fueled up with the right nutrients. I need to make sure that my heart is beating at the right heart rate. So any kind of stress, any kind of food that raises my heart pressure, I avoid that. I cut it out and I pray about it for God to release me from it. And I am proactive about it. And also, when it comes to my blood pressure, when it comes to everything inside of me, my liver, those things I have to be mindful that I need all these things to be functioning properly. So therefore, I cannot drink hard liquors. I cannot do habits that will hurt those stuff inside of my stomach and in my body. And because I'm aware that I need my body to help me move around, my body, physical body is part of my freedom, just like my car is part of my freedom. I am doing everything that I can on my end to make sure that I am upkeeping all of the maintenance and aware of that because my perception and my perspective of my physical body has changed to it being like a way of living, as a way of freedom, as a vehicle for my soul, because this is where my spirit is residing. And I had to take care of this home, this vessel, this physical body that I've been given, that my spirit is residing in, by being mindful of the food that I eat, by exercising the muscles so they can get stronger. You know, just like I do my oil changes, just like I'm aware of my battery life for my car, I have to be mindful of my physical body, how I'm treating it. And how I stop avoiding binge eating is another way of looking at my car, right? I need to put gas in my car. It needs to be on full and it can go down close to empty as possible before I can fuel it up again. Right. So I don't need to be, that's just like my body. I can feed my body nourishing food and I can give my body time to process it, to digest it, to strip away all the healthy nutrients before I start adding more and more food because it's not empty yet. Just like the car, some people don't want the car to ever be empty or close to empty, so they start fueling up their car maybe halfway. But generally, it can come close to maybe like a quarter to empty. You can go up to that. And you can do the same thing with your body. You don't need to be constantly eating just for the sake of eating. You need to think of your body as a vehicle for it to move around. So you feed it enough and allow it to digest all those nutrients. And so, and also on the inside, I know we can do details on the outside of our car, our body. We can do painting. We can get cool wheels. But when you think about it, we can do the same thing with our physical body. However, our most important thing in our car is the engine. If the engine is rusty, if the engine is wrong, and if something is wrong with the engine, which is why I move the whole car around, then you have a problem. So you can't just go get just any kind of engine. Every car has a specific kind of engine for that kind of car model. So you need that specific engine. So it's the same thing with our body. We can get plastic surgery, which I have nothing against but you need to make sure that you're working on the insides first. Like, is your heart pumping properly? Is all the organs inside of you that you've been given functioning properly? And how are you adding to them functioning properly? Because if your heart fails, yes, thank God we can get some heart implants, right? We can get those things. However, there's also some deadly consequences. You can die in the process of getting a heart surgery. So why not take care of it properly now, what you've been given, and so you don't have to go through those things. That's why you cannot just rely on plastic surgery. You have to work on your insides, because the plastic surgery, just like the car, is just like details on the outside. But if the engine is rotten, like if your heart is rotten, your intestines are rotten, everything that's going on inside your organs inside, if those are like rotten enough and toxins are inside there, then it doesn't matter if you get a detail on the outside, because if your insides start to fail you, then your physical body and your appearance will start to deteriorate too. It will start going down, and you'll notice that. That's why it's important to take care of your insides and to be mindful that your physical body is a vehicle for your life. And once I shifted my perspective to see my physical body as a vehicle, and a freedom, just like I see my car as a way of freedom, I started to take really good care of it, and it started becoming a lifestyle. And that is the whole point that I'm trying to help you to not focus on losing weight, but to focus on health and wellness. As I said before, we all are daughters. We have kids of our own. We're brothers. We are sisters. Some people are wives. We have all these hats that we wear, all these responsibilities. And in order for us to enjoy our life, to have a full life, we need to be a whole, full, healthy individual on our own. First of all, in order for us to be there for our kids, our families, our friends, our husbands, we need to be there for ourselves. And so when you shift your perspective on your lifestyle, on health and well-being, and how you want to live your life, and how active and present you want to be, how energized you want to feel, how youthful you want to feel. Once you become aware of all these things, you start to make choices that add to your long-term goal of health and wellness, of just being a healthy whole individual. And so that's why I think of health and well-being and wellness practical, because I'm a very practical person, and that's how I'm able to make changes in my life. That's how I'm able to have discipline, because I see my physical body as my physical vehicle, where my soul reside, where my spirit reside. And just like my car, you have to clean out, you have to declutter, you have to keep it clean. On the outside, you have to get car wash, and you have to maintain all those maintenance with the technicals inside of your car, like your engine, like your car batteries, like the air filter. It's the same thing. So then I am also as mindful on the inside of me for both of us to be functioning and be healthy and to have freedom. It's all about freedom. Freedom is one of my biggest values. Because I value freedom, I do everything that I can to make sure that I can have freedom in my life and not be a prisoner in my own body. And if you are blessed, of course, some people are disabled and some people have some heart defects that they were born with. Those are things that happen that's out of their control. But for those of us who are healthy, who are born with healthy organs and are not disabled in any way, then we have the privilege to take care of this vessel and to make sure that it's functioning properly, that it can last us for the test of time until at least it is time for us to go transition to heaven, right? All right. Have a good day.